coming to you live from Plug It Studios in beautiful Largo, Florida. We are keeping you plugged in with episode 285 of F5 Live. Refreshing technology.
This week, Zynga's Facebook status changed to "It's complicated." Selling DVDs online is still a popular thing, and Powerball Fever goes to the cloud!
To the cloud! To the cloud!
In the center. Oh,
That's not
that's
it.
something else. Say Nick.
Nick! Still got it right. And I'm stressed out pre-show, and I got it right. That means I'm paying attention.
That smell is in the studio. It's a little bit different.
Nikia.
A little bit bigger.
Did I tell you?
I bathe.
You did. It didn't help.
I bathe. I use deodorant and everything.
Well, we're not quite talking about that smell.
No, Scott. You must be talking about the new tech.
That
smell.
Smell?
Schmell.
Schmear.
The new tech smell?
Schmelt?
Was it that? Was that it?
Yeah. The new tech smell.
Because Scott, I think this show right here.
This one here?
This one right here is part of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. I'm Nick.
I'm Scott.
I'm Nikia.
And we're here.
We are.
Haha.
I see us.
Clap at Carla. She's here. She's been a blessing this week. Oh my goodness. Getting us squared away for this insane show that we call a Sunday night.
It's a little weird doing that opening because we just did it a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we did. We did our International CES 2013 intro video, but we'll get into some details in just a second because I have to let everyone know we are here, and wherever you may be and however you may be accessing our show, whether it be Facebook, iTunes, Zune, F5Live.tv, or even Podcast Publisher Play available in the Windows 8 store, right, meow. Thanks for making us part of your day. But of course, there is one place you can go to get all of the content as it happens on your phone, computer, or tablet, and that's by going to F5Live.tv. Nikia, look to your left and start pointing. And click on the right, click subscribe on the right-hand side, right there. Audio, video, social, and special events all there for your immediate consuming pleasure. Now,
It's a little disorienting to say look to your left, and it's on the right.
I know, I was confused.
I was trying to help you out.
Me?
I messed with all the dyslexic people. Just right off the gun, right? Done.
Right off the gun.
Right off the gun. Bat, I was going to say bat.
I know.
And then said
Came
gun.
out Gun.
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 It's also my best friend in Korea. You can go there, click subscribe. That's for our zombie listener. Our zombie listener is the one that doesn't listen live. Our show's live 9 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday nights. Gets posted between Sunday night and Monday morning for your drive to work, school, or any sort of walk of shame you may have. Either way, it all works out. If you want to listen live, though, there is an incentive. If you listen as a zombie, you get CD quality sound. It sounds great, especially when I'm talking. I know it's debatable, but Nikia agrees.
I do agree.
But
Very eloquent person.
the live listener, we have several in the chat room right now. You can chat with us live in the studio every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow along, Nikia, by going to f5lab.tv/join us. Is he catching
He is.
all the little things that we're doing?
Yeah.
You got this?
I've seen your show before.
I don't believe you. Stay tuned in the chat room. This one you don't want to miss because it's got Nikia, and you can ask him all the questions you want. It's the epic award-winning, spine-chilling, bone-tingling, ear-curdling, black people having post-plug. Post-plug. For 10 minutes after the show, chat with us off the record. We want to talk to our fans, and I know you want to talk to Dark Chocolate over there.
Sexy dark chocolate.
Let's introduce him, Scott.
Many of our viewers will probably recognize Nikia as a member of the 3000 Brigade. He's been on the show at least once before, from Miami for MusicCon.
Yes.
And probably you've seen him in the shows posted on the website. But things are changing a little bit.
A little bit.
He will continue to be a member of the 3000 Brigade, but he is also coming on as a new member of our team.
Yep.
He'll be joining us for some special events in the future, and we've been working at at least one. I think we've pitched at least two so far.
There's four in the
series.
making, but yeah, we got one or two new shows that'll be available on our Plug Hits Live family of content. that will be available on the right-hand side as well,
Yes, they will be.
underneath our special events feed, because he's just not that good yet. Oh, there you go.
I thought you were going to say some more stuff. I was ready.
Okay, this is going to be a show. I just need to let all of our audio listeners know this is a show that you're going to want to watch
Yes.
on YouTube or download it from the website at 5live.tv. Please go check it out. It's not one to miss. Nakia is an absolute delight.
Oh, thank you. That is the sexiest thing you've said to me all day.
All day, huh?
All day.
Which is impressive considering the way he woke you up this morning.
By crawling onto the sofa, playing sweet, sweet music into my ear. I didn't want to let you go.
That's what I do. You know, I know who's going to
It's been a
appreciate
very,
this.
very interesting day.
You know who's going to love all
I
of this
slid my number
happening?
into his back pocket even though he had it already.
Who's going to love this?
The online editorial director for Laptop Magazine, Avram Pilch, will be on in just a little bit for the Pilch Point in about, I don't know, like 15 minutes.
Give or take.
We're late going live tonight. We started the show at 9:16. So hi all to all the guests that waited. We appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
So he'll be on the show.
And there still are some,
Yes.
so...
He'll be on the show to talk about the most overpriced gadgets of all time. I love his lists, as does every publication. But without further ado, we got some tech news to talk about first. I think. There we are.
There it is.
Gotta love changing mixer settings before the show. This week's news from the tubes on F5 Live is proudly powered by Riftrex.
Make fun of movies. Or, even better, let somebody better at it than you do it for you. It's the guys who used to do Mystery Science Theater 3000, and they are back doing what they do best, making fun of your favorite movies, from blockbusters to D- movies.
Right up
Like
Nakia's alley.
The guy from Harlem. Boy, that sounds terrible. For $3 or $4, you download the MP3, play it along with your DVD or Netflix stream, and laugh,
And laugh,
and laugh,
and laugh.
Laugh.
It's a Portal joke.
It's a, you know, you got the.
I was taken aback because some movies I only watch in riff track form. Like I won't see the theatrical or the regular DVD release. I will
Awesome.
only watch it on riff
That's
tracks.
pretty great.
I am a big fan of riff tracks. I loved Mystery Science Theater 3000, and I mean, without the FCC nonsense over top of them, they're even better. And you know there's somebody in your life, like Nakia, who won't watch some movies without the riff tracks, and because of that, you can purchase them a gift certificate for all of your holiday shopping, starting at $5, working your way up. And all of that is available by going to f5live.tv/
Riftrex with an X because it's hardcore.
Indeed it is.
It is.
It's what they're best at, is being hardcore.
Being hardcore?
Yeah.
Well, they ain't hardcore unless they're hexacore. T-Pain told me.
He sure did.
I can't make this up.
Makes this up.
Look, that.
There are some things you can make up.
Yes. Yes, there is.
One of those things is a giveaway on Facebook. So chances are you have this week since Thursday, encountered the picture of the guy holding up a lottery ticket with the winning numbers on it.
Did you see that, Nakia?
I did.
And the caption says, "Looks like I won't be going to work ever. Share this photo and I will give a random person $1 million. Boy, that sounds like a great deal, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, you think about it. Yeah, boy.
$1 million to share a photo
to do no
on
work.
Facebook sounds like a great deal. Couple of problems. One, if you look at the ticket, you'll notice the numbers are out of numeric order. The rules state that any lottery printing machine must print the numbers, minus the Powerball, which is a special case, in numeric order. Because the order doesn't matter, again, save for the Powerball. So, the ticket is clearly altered. So the other problem is, I don't know exactly, I haven't done enough research. I don't know if it's a group or whatever that's behind the purchase, but I do know that the person who physically purchased the ticket is a female. I don't know any female, or male really, that if they won the lottery, they'd let their significant other give away $1 million of their dollars.
Yeah, no. There's an even bigger problem here, Scott. and I didn't know actually about this until Avram brought it to my attention. It's that Facebook now owns the rights to that lottery ticket because the user didn't post that magic disclaimer.
Oh. Magic disclaimer.
I loved the description of it as a talisman.
I know, right?
As if copyright law is voodoo.
Well, we
I
all
don't
know
remember
what it
who
was.
used that word, if it was Gizmodo or who, but somebody referred to it as a talisman that
Awesome.
obviously doesn't work. But yeah, so
It was fake.
yeah, it's not real. If you haven't seen it yet,
Be
and
lucky.
you do see it, don't share it. It doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you do share it.
Right. I mean, this guy is just going for the most shares ever on a photo, and as of last I checked, it was 2.8 or 1.8 million. The current number is
2,051,000.
it was 1.8. It's now over 2 million shares, and it does not matter how many times people post our article about it or
People are still sharing it.
Gizmodo's article about it. People keep sharing it. But whatever. No harm, no foul. Just understand that sharing it is not going to potentially get you $1 million.
No. Now, Nakia's really quiet. Did you share it, Nakia?
I did not.
You
Hooray!
You did.
I-
did. Don't lie.
I did it. I thought. Well, no, of course I didn't share it. Have you known me to share any photos on Facebook?
Valid.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm not a.
I barely got him to share the link tonight to come on the show, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not waking you up nicely tomorrow morning. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll go share it.
No, I posted a thing about this. I did.
All right.
I just didn't share your link.
He doesn't like sharing things.
No, he doesn't. I don't blame him. I
How
don't like
stingy.
sharing
How
things
stingy
either.
of you.
I apologize.
It's all about him. I got it.
I apologize to America for not sharing enough.
America doesn't care about you anymore. Moving on?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That 2 million number is going to sound really impressive here in a second.
All right. This week's Nifty Gifties on F5 Live. Hey, they are nifty.
They're nifty gifties.
Proudly powered by SMS Audio and the Sync by 50 over-ear wireless headphones. If you want something that looks good, sounds good, and doesn't break the bank, the Sync by 50s are for you. Coming in 3 colors: black, silver obsidian, and apple white. Clearly, get one of the 2 black ones. They're more awesome by comparison.
By comparison.
Right, Nakia?
Yes.
Go wireless. Enjoy the freedom of no wires with the Sync by 50 over-ear wireless headphones. The clear technology is the best part about this. 16-bit digital lossless audio. And best of all, the ability to sync up to 4 pairs of headphones to one single source transmitter.
All at 16-bit.
Right? How cool is that? So the 3 of us and Carla can listen to the same thing.
Which we're doing right now.
Right. But you can't wear, like, cup headphones on video. It just looks weird. What are we?
bit.
What are we, like, feedback or something? You know?
I don't know what that is.
So
If I do this, right? That's
don't take my word for it. Go check it out yourself. The Sync by 50 wireless headphones from SMS Audio by going to f5live.tv/.
SMS audio.
Now, 2 million, like you said, is a pretty impressive number, right?
Yes, it is.
Unless you're Microsoft and unless you're Windows 8. This week, Microsoft announced that it's hit 40 million Windows 8 licenses in just under a month. That's impressive.
Yes, it is.
Now, this is impressive for
More
several...
than 1 million a day.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's impressive for several reasons. First, and this thing's going to grind my gears, I'm telling you. So, if I get too crazy here, go ahead and stop me. We were talking about this pre-show when we were out at lunch.
Pre-show.
I'm saying.
Oh, no. Not that. Not that.
Not that. This is despite all of the idiot tech review websites saying, hey, don't download it at all.
Right.
Don't buy Windows 8 at all. It doesn't make any sense. All of it is awful.
Why would you want new technology?
Now,
Wait.
if they love to hate great things, that's okay. I know the new website for Internet Explorer is thebrowseryoulovedtohate.com.
Yes.
I love that. But
You love to hate it.
but But I think it has more to do with the multi-figure check that's sitting in the back pockets from the I Need Good Reviews company. Keeping in mind the I
That was clever.
is lowercase.
I was impressed by that.
Thank you.
Very clever.
So the consumers have been misguided just a tiny bit,
A
right?
little bit. Not a lot of bit, a
to
little
the
bit.
to the point where iTunes comes out. And it looks just like the Windows 8 start screen.
iTunes 11. Oh.
And everyone says, it's great. It's
wonderful.
the greatest user interface
So
we've
much
ever had.
easier to use.
And then turned around after people posted, hey, you just trashed Windows 8 for the same interface. They said, oh, no. It's only great if you look past the fact that it's,
Windows 80.
doesn't look great. Then it looks great. I just can't stand it. I mean, come on, people. Now, there's one reason why it shouldn't have sold as well. And there's 15 of those reasons right there. 15 different publications, 15 reasons why people shouldn't have bought it. They still did. Another reason, you can upgrade from XP, Vista, or 7 to Windows 8 for only $40.
Yeah, it's a heck of a deal.
That kind of helps a little bit. I mean, I don't know about you, but I went to my Microsoft store and bought like 3 or 4 extra licenses just to kind of have them,
Yep.
right? It's $100 less expensive than those who upgraded to Windows 7 5 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Avram went and bought the license
Excellent.
through our Microsoft store, I hope, by going to f5live.tv/.
Microsoft.
And the last thing is Microsoft really made it easy to upgrade to Windows 8.
Yes, they did.
The installer process auto downloads the files you need based on what you click on in the little program, and then you can pay for the key right there in the program,
yes.
and then it restarts within the program. No need to go make a boot disk or make an ISO or make a flash drive.
Yes.
All the stuff people don't understand how to do.
It's wonderful.
So 40 million licenses were sold. Still wonders how well the PC actually sold. Like how many PCs of Windows
How much
8.
hardware.
Yeah. PC sales were down 21% this month. So there's a lot to be desired there, or not.
Right.
Because maybe people were building their own machines.
And to be perfectly honest, Microsoft doesn't care if you buy hardware.
No, the money's not in the hardware.
Nope.
The third parties care.
Right.
They make money in hardware.
Samsung, HP, they all care about hardware sales, but Microsoft doesn't, except for the Surface, and that's not been the 40 million success
Now-
story that Windows 8 has been.
They've got this right. Keep the deal through Christmas, the holiday season. And then on January 1st, I predict, and I'm not an analyst here, I'm not a, I need good reviews guy. I'm not that guy. I predict Windows 8 sales of PCs will fly through the roof because people aren't going to want to spend $140 for the upgrade for Windows 8. You might as well go get a more touch-oriented machine with a better, more powerful processor. The new Intel got something cooking, right?
Right.
So
The new Core i5 or
Right.
whatever.
So then HP and Samsung can make some money there after the price to upgrade kind of doesn't really work out in your favor.
Sure. That sounds reasonable.
Now, you just played with Windows 8 today, Nakia.
I had never seen it until
Well,
today.
in the commercials, I'm sure you've seen the commercials.
Well, I've seen the commercials, but like
you
in
never,
person.
never got to see how it works, and you're watching a preview monitor right here where we have desktop mode up and one of our communication devices up right now,
It's sexy.
and we can see both at the same time.
I know.
See, I don't have any problem claiming that it's Skype up.
Fair enough. Okay.
Microsoft.
Yeah, I got it. I always forget.
/ Microsoft.
Here's the thing that gets me. Once you look past that, for the first time in Microsoft history, in their 25 years of inception,
Oh, it's longer than that, I think.
I don't know, that you start from the start screen. Once you look past that, that's what start means again. Like, because Microsoft redefined what start means. It doesn't mean you start there. It just means you click there and then start. Once you get past that, everything's the same.
Yes, it is.
Gabe Newell, everything's the same. Salesforce.com CEO, everything's the same. Okay, there's no difference in what it does after the fact. Just the front's different.
Right.
And it's prettier. And it's got my weather and my sports, and I like that.
It's not hierarchical. It's geographical, which I
Oh,
love. Whatever.
I'm sorry. I just had to. So, I think Nakia's going to go home and get a Windows 8 machine. I think that's what I'm hearing.
I might have to.
Also, let us know. Do you like Windows 8? Do you not like Windows 8? We want to know. Find us on Facebook, F5 Live, part of the Pluck It's Live family of content. Find us on the web, f5live.tv/the upstream. And make sure, all my Windows 8 people, you pick up Podcast Publisher Play, the very first working podcast app, which I want to make sure we clarify. It is a podcasting app. It reads podcasting feeds that are RSS based, and you can insert them, and it will go, and our show automatically comes included for you. Go. Oh, and lastly, I forgot to mention this, just as an aside. Any developer who has their app see over $25,000 in revenue will keep 80% of the revenue they make for the downloads for the life of the app.
Right. Which is a really cool...
Instead of at 70. So that's a great incentive for developers to make more apps, and we're seeing a lot of apps, at least on the front side.
The number is certainly on an upward trend.
Yep.
Which is pretty exciting.
I know Avram has some bit of differentiating opinion, and we'll get that in just a second.
That music means it's time for the Pilch Point with online editorial director of Laptop Magazine, Avram Pilch. This segment is proudly powered by the Tech Podcast Network. Uh-oh. Avram, are you there?
I am!
Hooray! I gotta figure out how to make this work better.
Yeah, we got you all crazy on our back screen. I know you can't see it. It's kind of like how I was when I was in New York, but we got you in like a tri-fold of a... There we are.
There we go.
Full screen, Avram. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How are you tonight, sir?
I am not bad. Pretty good. Enjoying Windows 8, actually, which I bought a full licensed copy of just on Friday. I mean, I've been using it, using like the trial versions, and expiring versions for a while, but I finally made the full-time leap. Well, maybe it's half-time leap. I'm in Windows 7 at the moment because I haven't installed all my programs in 8, but I'm about to do it. So
that's where I'm at.
Taking the leap.
Avram, let them know who you are, buddy.
I am the online editorial director for the Still in Business Laptop Magazine. You can check out all of our news at laptopmag.com, my weekly columns at laptopmag.com/geeksgeek, and follow me on Twitter at @geekinchief.
I just want to make sure, in full disclosure, you keep saying that. We've gotten over that joke. All right.
Sorry.
I'm just wiping.
It's fine.
I have to get over it now.
I'm wiping my hands clean of the situation. It's all on you there, buddy.
Well, it has to be a status update, so everyone makes sure. Now we're actually doing quite well. Had a wonderful party to celebrate the publication of our gadget gift guide this week. So things are going great. We're actually we're very much in business.
So this will be the last time we mention this, because we just have to make sure it's all clear. Back around April, right?
Yes.
We went to tag Laptop Magazine in our weekly Facebook post.
Right.
To go out to everybody and go join Avram Pilch and Laptop Mag and tag, and it wouldn't tag.
It wouldn't come up.
You go to the web.
Come up in the search.
You typed up Laptop Mag and hit the thing, and it goes, page cannot be found. But all the other pages were there. So I'm like, Avram, are you still in business there, buddy? He's like, yeah, we're good. I'm like, okay, just making sure. So I introed it at that time. I said, the Still in Business Laptop Magazine, and we've run with it. But today will be the end, because the gift guide is here. Black Friday is beyond us. We're in the holiday season, and we have gadgets to buy, right, Avram?
Correct. We have gadgets to buy. Just make sure that you're getting a good deal. Now, throughout history, we've had a lot of gadgets, and I've chronicled them this week. Some of which have come out in the last year or two. Some of which have came out when I was a child, and some of our listeners here or viewers, our zombie viewers too, weren't born yet. But there's a long tradition of overcharging for products. Now, by overpriced, I want to make sure I'm clear. I don't mean things that are expensive. You can have something that is expensive and worth it. If you are getting something that costs more than other stuff, but it has some kind of unique feature, it's the Lamborghini, and you can't get gull-wing doors for anywhere less than $100,000, then maybe it's worth it. However, when you come out with a product and other competing products are significantly less than yours, or you're the same price as other products that offer a lot more, that's when we start to say, well, either the company couldn't control their costs in building it, or they just didn't know how to price their product, and they thought that their product was worth more than it really was. And so this week I took a look at what's the 15 what I would call the most overpriced gadgets of all time.
All right, so I'm looking at the first page here, and I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement. We all like the product, but probably a little more expensive than it should have been for what was advertised. The Surface RT.
Yeah, see, my issue with that, listen, the Surface RT is a good product, hardware-wise, but in a lot of ways, you're releasing a product into the marketplace where you're advertising it with a must-have feature, and then you're kind of getting people to come into the store, come on to online, and then to have the must-have feature, you have to pay another $120. And I think that's a little bit of a bait and switch. It's like you see the commercials, and all they're advertising with the Surface Pro RT is the touch cover. But $499, the base price, you don't get the touch cover. Yet you're still pricing it the same as the market leader in the iPad. And whether we like the iPad or not, it is the well-established market leader. And if you're coming into the space with a brand new product, with a brand new operating system that's never before seen, with very few apps, and with some specs that are lesser than the iPad, less battery life, lower res screen, some of those things, you're going to have to either make your product cheaper, or you're going to have some kind of compelling, must-have feature. And the compelling must-have feature here is the touch cover that doesn't come with it. So I feel like Microsoft really should have priced this either more aggressively, like, look, we're gonna try and price this lower than the iPad, or they should have just frankly included the touch cover as standard, because it's like going and advertising a convertible to someone, and then when you go to the dealership saying, but actually if you want the roof that actually comes down, pay $5,000 more.
Yeah, I totally understand that, and I think we were all kind of surprised when the price was announced at the $499 price point that it didn't come with the cover.
A cover that allegedly, according to iSupply, which documents these things, cost $16 to make.
Oh my goodness!
Wow!
Oh my goodness!
So $120 for a $16, and I say $120, not $100, because I know you can get it for $599 with the cover included. But the commercial and everything is all about like the fancy neon colors, and if you want blueberry or raspberry, or they're actually called pink and blue, but they sure look like they should be fruits, you've got to pay a full $119. So, it just, if the goal was to sell at the same price as the iPad, then the commercial shouldn't be marketing the touch cover as the reason to buy it, but they are. Moving on, there's certainly a lot of other things that are just way more expensive than they're worth. For example, a couple of years ago, we had Cisco coming out with their Yumi video conferencing service. This is a classic case of something that is extremely overpriced. I mean, they must have been smoking something, or they must have thought that they're just so great that people would pay extra, or they just have been living offline and hadn't heard of Skype. Because here's a home teleconferencing system that lets you put a webcam on top of your TV and make calls from it to other people who have the service, and it's also cross-compatible with Google Talk, and it costs for the unit $599 plus $25 a month service fee. Who would pay that? I mean, yeah, maybe the image would be a little bit better than we're having right now on Skype, but not a lot. To pay $600 for that to get it on your TV, that's crazy.
I'd pay $600 if I was able to get a no hum feed back to my mixer. I'd pay the $600. It'd be worth it to me.
That's probably true, but I mean, and by no means is Skype perfect, but they're marketing this to consumers, to families. They're kind of operating on the premise that the families are too stupid to have heard of Skype or to use a computer with Skype on it. And while it's convenient to have it on TV, it's not a $600 plus $25 a month convenience. Which, by the way, it couldn't call people on Skype, so you'd have to have either people who are on Google Talk or a bunch of other people who like to throw money around and are on the Cisco UMI service. Speaking of throwing money around, I would have to say that the Sony Vaio P series was another case of somebody thinking that we can make something, a really premium version of something that people can get for a lot cheaper. So a couple of years ago, if you're familiar with the Sony Vaio P, it was a fancy high-end net. It was $899 at a time when you could get a netbook for $400 or $300, and netbooks were really cool, were considered cool. And the problem with this device was not only was it so small that it was really hard to type on, but it got ridiculously low battery life. It got hot, and no one's going to pay. I'm sorry, no one's going to pay $900 for a little netbook. Maybe an ultra portable, not a netbook. I think, once again, somebody kind of overpricing their stuff is Motorola with their laptop dock. I mean, this was a good idea, but way too expensive. A couple of years ago, and they've actually only canceled the product this year, Motorola started to sell laptop docks where if you had a Motorola phone, you could take that phone and pop it into the laptop dock, and it would launch its own little operating system called WebTop OS, which was basically Firefox browser in a window. And you have a keyboard and a 12-inch, I think a 10-inch screen. So how much would you pay for this product? Oh, it's 11.6-inch screen. So how much would you pay for this product to just get basically the keyboard, touchpad, and screen of a laptop without a full operating system? And mind you, the keyboard on this was actually worse than the worst netbook keyboard I've used. Oh, yeah. How about $500 to buy this device? Even though you can get a full-fledged notebook for $400, $300, you get a full-fledged netbook for $300 with the CPU in it and with the hard drive. But no, for the privilege of using your phone as the CPU, you've got to pay $500. That's absolutely wacko.
And the body of the thing wasn't good either.
Right, it didn't live up. It was what they say, unsafe at any price. It was crappy at any price.
Right. Because
the keyboard was not good, and they came out with a second gen one that was actually worse than the first. The keyboard wasn't good, and the touchpad wasn't good. And look, if the point of it is you're making a keyboard dock, the keyboard should be good. But even if the keyboard was like ThinkPad good, it was awful, because you're not going to spend $500 to turn your phone into a notebook when that actually costs more than some notebooks.
Right. I remember I was in retail at the time these things started coming out, and I remember them making a big deal about it, and I got my hands on one. I'm like, oh, I probably wouldn't take it if they gave it to me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when I was testing them out, I was like, I can't believe, did they type on this thing? Sometimes it really makes you wonder as you look at products whether the people who built it actually used it.
Yep. I have a theory that sometimes the engineers' girlfriends are involved in the design process because they're trying to get them to go away and be quiet. So, here, you be in charge of where the charging port goes.
Then everything would be pink.
And glittery.
They changed it the last minute.
To be honest, there have been a lot of women at our office who looked at a lot of these poorly designed gadgets and say quite the opposite, that they're hard designed from a woman's perspective. So, bad design is bad design.
Yeah.
Speaking of design, I'm sure you guys remember the old Macintosh G4 Cube, where you had to actually pay extra money to get your Mac to look like a tissue box.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the little tissue box, that came out in 2000 had no expansion capabilities. Was not was more than other Macs, at least for what you got. and people were buying it just because it looked like a cube, and lo and behold, even the cube developed cracks in it. So that was yet another joke.
Be honest. It just looks like a paper shredder. Just be honest.
Paper that it was shredding was your wallet came straight from your wallet. like most things Apple, it is shredding paper. But to be fair to Apple, they do make a lot of really good products that like them or not, are well made, and if you're into Apple's ecosystem, are worth the money. However, I think even the hardcore Apple people would admit that the G4 Cube was a boondoggle and a complete waste of money.
And then let's go one more of your list here.
So, obviously, another thing that was just a huge, huge waste, but it was a good idea. Sometimes they're good ideas, but you know what? They're just too expensive for their time. Do you guys remember, you must have been quite young then, the AT&T Videophone 2500 that came out in 1992?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Oh.
Well,
apparently you do too.
Hearing about it and seeing, it on TV, and then you hear about the price. And it was $1,600 phone, and your friends too. Now it worked actually fairly well for the time, right? 10 frames per second over a 19.2 baud 19.2 BPS modem inside. Hey, that's pretty good. It certainly had the convenience factor of the phone with video in it, which is what people wanted, particularly at that time. But it didn't catch on because, for whatever reason, maybe AT&T just couldn't produce it cost effectively. Maybe they thought people would actually pay for this price. But here's a device that has no value unless the people that you're calling have it too. So unless you're really wealthy and you just go around buying all your friends these, it turns out to be kind of a tremendous waste. And it totally failed for that reason.
I want 8 of them now. That's what I want. I want to hook up some Verizon 4G modems to it and do that now. That's what I want.
That would be kind of cool. I wonder if anyone has hardware hacked it to do that, because it had the modem in it. It didn't seem to have an Ethernet port or anything, or Wi-Fi. But heck, they hadn't even heard of Wi-Fi back then. But it was an idea ahead of its time. Well, I mean, the idea has been around. It was a product ahead of its time in some ways, but in terms of the price, just nobody could afford it. But one of the kind of overall messages I got researching this list, which even though I lived through all of this, through a lot of it, I wasn't buying stuff, or I was begging my parents to buy stuff, so I didn't know how out of whack the prices were on all these things. But even the best computers of the 80s and early 90s were really expensive by today's standards. I mean, the original IBM PC being over $33,000, and that's in 1981 money, which today would be like, I don't know, $9,000, and people bought it. So one of the things I think, the takeaways that I got doing this is how much cheaper everything is now, and consequently how we've all adjusted our expectations accordingly. We now consider an $800 notebook expensive, or at least, and by all rights it is, because $512 is the average cost of a PC notebook, or the average amount spent. So, it's definitely interesting to see the progress, but even for their time, a lot of products were just out of whack, and we see it obviously continuing today with products like the Surface with RT. Very true. Now, that's not all the products you have, Avram. Let them know where you can get the rest of your content and more. So you can see this whole list and a lot of other snarky lists, and even some non-list stuff that I've written at laptopmag.com/geeksgeek. You can follow me on Twitter at GeekandChief, and of course, keep up with all of our mobile news at laptopmag.com. Are you ready for CES, Avram? Oh yes, I am ready. I'm so ready for CES. I am like, I washed all my underwear. I've got PC races coming back this year. Holy cow! Oh, good. I gotta tell you guys, you should enter. I'm like training for that. It's gonna be awesome. can't wait.
Well, we'll see you out there, Avram, and make sure you stay tuned to us to get all of Nikia's new content, which I'm sure you're excited about too.
I am. This is exciting times.
All right, Avram. Well, we'll then talk to you next week. All right.
I'll see you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
I love having him on.
Yeah.
It just makes my day better. Well, Nikia was here too. That helps.
I'm glad because, I thought I was unappreciated.
You're always appreciated. You're overappreciated.
I love you.
I love you too. Exchanges of good faith and kind gestures here on the show. This week's Extra Life on F5 Live is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Look, holiday season is here, and if you haven't gotten a gift for your loved one yet, we get it. We've been putting it off too. But now's the time. There is a very good reason, and it's at the Microsoft Store. Not only do you get free shipping on all orders, every single one, but for those who do not have an Xbox 360 yet, why have you not been nice to your loved ones? Go get one right now. Be the best grandparent, father, or other figure in that young one's life and save $50 now on select Xbox 360 consoles. I'm going to need you to be loud on this one. So for students, small businesses, or developers,
Developers?
Developers!
go to the Microsoft Store now and check out that holiday gift guide if Xbox 360 really isn't your thing at f5live.tv/.
Microsoft.
Just don't be a loser. Go get a 360 for your kids. Just go do it.
Get 2 of them.
Get 9 of them. One for Nikia.
If you want to buy me a 360, I will accept it.
Well, there you go. Now you know what to get for Nikia.
Don't get Nikia stock in Zynga, though.
Oh, not
No.
unless you really don't like him.
Oh, so I should get him stock in Zynga then.
I knew it.
Well, I suppose disliking yourself because it's your money you're throwing down the toilet.
That's true.
It seems like every time we talk about Zynga, it's because something terrible is happening because social gaming can only be so successful. So Zynga has had a partnership with Facebook. We know that. You seemingly can't interact with Facebook without interacting with Zynga in one way or another, whether you want to or not. You're always getting requests from Sean to play Farmville 2 or some...
Anybody who has a friend named Sean has been sending requests to Scott. I don't know how that works.
I don't either. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody's got the one friend that just spams them with requests to play games from Zynga. Well, that relationship has changed. It's a little more complicated than it used to be. So it was a, let's say, exclusive relationship.
Yep.
Maybe even an engagement.
Yeah, we did say they got married, I think, when we first talked about this.
It's quite possible. Marriage might have been a little stronger. Maybe an engagement is more like it. It was certainly exclusive. They were probably living together. But
Strictly
they had
platonic, though.
But they had the ability to get out of the relationship if they wanted to,
Yep.
and apparently they wanted to. It's
And they
no
wanted the ring
longer-
back.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Facebook is pawning that. I think I just suggested that Zynga is the woman in this relationship.
It changed its mind too much.
Oh, that's for sure. So anyway, so Zynga was producing exclusive titles for Facebook. Zynga was even advertising for Facebook in its non-exclusive titles and on its website. And Facebook, in return, was prevented from creating their own titles.
Right.
It was a very lucrative deal for Zynga.
Nobody will play Facebook titles, so there's
I
that.
think you're
Oh, they'd be broken. I'm sorry.
wildly underestimating what's going to happen here.
Let's start there. They'd be all broken.
So Zynga has, in the past, started a relationship with Google.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is we'll start seeing content show up over there. We know that MySpace has just begun the beginning.
Begun the beginning.
has started the process of relaunching itself with an entirely new interface and an entirely new focus. We might see them show up over there.
And they need rhythm games.
Well, there you go. It would be entirely appropriate. Plus, Zynga has their own platform. We'll probably see more of their titles show up on their own platform because, again, some of their stuff has been Facebook exclusive. But we're also going to see Facebook start making games on their own.
With the people that have left Zynga.
Probably.
They've lost, 14 of their top 25 execs?
Something like that. And a lot of their development staff. Some due to layoffs a couple of weeks ago, and some due to the fear of layoffs.
Failed bribes.
Apparently, hey, we'll give you stock options for a stock that is tanking. Didn't sit well, so people left. Huh, what a thing. Big surprise. So, yeah, Facebook's going to start making their own games, and Zynga's going to have to figure out how to survive in a post-Facebook world.
It'll be interesting. I don't see a very bright future for Zynga at all. I mean, after the whole...
Unless Google employees really like them.
Yeah.
They could be successful on Google+.
To not make games, to do other things, probably, because they suck at making games. Like the whole Farmville 2 or whatever it was, where they copied...
Cityville.
There it is. They copied verbatim SimCity Social.
Right down to the player types.
That's awesome.
Well, to be fair, good artists copy, great artists steal.
It's true.
Steve Jobs told me so.
Yes.
So I just don't see it working out for them. They're going to have to put all of their eggs into the CBS draw something game show to even try to make money.
Well,
at this
they're
point,
also
right?
producing the board game Scrabble. I'm sorry, Words with Friends.
That still hurts my head. Like Scrabble just stopped making the game or something.
No.
You can still buy Scrabble?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
produced by Hasbro, Milton, Bradley. Whichever company owns Scrabble, the other one is producing Words with Friends.
Here's my problem. If they're trying to make more money, why would they go to MySpace?
Oh, you haven't been keeping up. MySpace is the stuff now.
Is
Again.
it?
Again.
I'm not going back.
You'll want to after last week.
What happened last
Couple
week?
weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, they relaunched completely.
Okay.
Full-on emphasis on music, with the music player always available as you browse pages. So you don't have to leave a person's page to have it. It just keeps playing.
Yeah, you remember in the old MySpace, if you left the page,
Right,
the
the
music
music
just
stopped.
went away.
Doesn't do
Not
that
the
anymore.
case anymore. It's actually, the interface is really cool.
Is there anyone on it, or am I gonna be the only guy?
Justin Timberlake.
You might
but
be the
he
only
owns
black guy.
company, so
Wait. I might be the only black guy.
See, it's a whole emphasis on music
Okay.
from crazy people like Kesha.
wow,
to-
there's so much
She's
wrong with
so
her.
creepy. To planning your New Year's event. Like, it's all here. It's actually really great. The new MySpace has spinny turntables
Oh, spinning.
as its intro thing that I can't seem to remember where it's at.
New.myspace.com.
Is that what it is? I just want to make sure he's... And then new.myspace.com. That go there and go see
think
the
that's
spinny
what it was.
turntables. Oh, good. Because Ustream has messed up my browsing experience again. I'm not going to deal with this right now. I'm not dealing with my computer not working right now. I'm not doing it. Anyway,
important
I'll
thing.
check it out.
it's spinny turntables and they look great and I want them.
Oh, so you're suggesting that we all go back to MySpace?
Not necessarily,
No,
but,
I'm
there's
saying
the potential
go
of
try
success for them.
MySpace.
Oh, okay.
Give it a shot.
See if you can remember your password.
I can't.
I remember mine because it was so out there unique that I remember it.
I have tried a dozen different ways to get into mine, and it hasn't worked.
Yeah, I can't get into mine either, and I tried to send the password to my email, but it was an email I don't use anymore. So,
For a while, it was the girl I was with for that week was the password. You know, because back then MySpace was the stuff. No, I don't. And then I didn't know what it was for a while, and but now I do know what it is again.
All right. Anyway, so Zynga, which is
Just
the
helping
thing
you out
we're
here.
talking about, could have some success on MySpace. Probably a little bit more on Google Plus because chances are there are more Google employees than there are people on MySpace right now. But
it's true.
I know. But The important thing is there is potential, but not a lot of it.
I don't see it.
My
panning out
guess
well.
is if you've put money into this stock, now would be a good time to get out. It's dropped 7% just since this press release went out. And that is just the beginning, my guess.
Oh, I agree.
It's going to drop even more.
Rounding out the show a bit early tonight, this week's DRM, not included on F5 Live, is proudly powered by Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
It's a gift that won't clash with the Dash. The Onyx with vehicle kit is now just $49.99. And you can get free shipping on this order. Minimum 3-month requirement.
Right.
But of course you're going to keep it for 3 months, so it's worth it to keep the cost low.
And it's holiday season.
It is.
So that means all the holiday channels are back, and
Yes, they
that's
are.
something I'm excited for. You get
I
from
haven't worked in retail in a couple years.
yeah. That's why I'm excited for it. From reggae Christmas music to dubstep Hanukkah songs, it's all there.
Making grenades?
Yeah, it's all there, and you need to go check it out. So the best radio on radio, well, aside from us,
Indeed.
can be found at f5live.tv/.
Sirius XM.
All right, so this is news here that Nokia picked out for the show.
We're talking about retro technology,
Oh my goodness!
like MySpace.
If you thought it was bad that Sony selling CDs online, if you thought that was bad, think again, because then we talked about Walmart asking their customers to bring in their DVDs to make a digital copy on the Ultraviolet platform that you can do from your house.
Which was really just an online purchase.
But they lied to you, kind of.
Bring in your DVDs and we'll make them digital. No, not exactly. They're
This-
already digital.
This story just takes
They're
a
a DVD.
turn. This one wins.
I think you're right.
Hands down. So every Black Friday is followed by a Cyber Monday for the past 6 years, something like that. I don't know. But for the past 3 years, the government was teaming up with local and international police agencies to take down websites that were selling counterfeit merchandise.
Oh, I thought we were just taking down websites.
No.
Because they're pretty good at that too.
They are. But it was Operation In Our Sites, with SITES. It was clever. I have to give it to them. It's clever. Every year, the U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE, works with people to take down websites on Cyber Monday. They've done it for 3 years now. This was their
USIS.
third year.
USIS.
Ah, yes.
Schließ.
Us ICE.
Hyphen.
So, get into that in the post plug. F5live.tv/join us. Coming up here in just 10 minutes. So they took down this year 130 internet domains that have been found to be selling fake or duplicated merchandise. I'm okay with this, right? This is okay.
Only 130?
I don't know.
How lazy are you?
I don't know.
I can name 130 right now, probably.
Doesn't matter. But all in all, I'm okay with all of this.
Sure.
We don't need fake thing. I don't want to buy a fake HP monitor.
Sure.
That would really upset me.
Unbranded. Oh, no, wait, that's something different.
That's still the same thing. Famous Maker. That's still the same HP monitor, just not branded. I'm talking about the fake ones. I don't want to buy that nonsense.
Famous Maker.
Here's the interesting part of the story that I just had to bring up. They took down 3 prominent sites that I want to point out here.
And keep in mind, the word prominent was just used.
Yes. DVDsetshop.com, TVDVDset.com,
Boy, that one just hurts.
and my all-time favorite, DVDhood.com.
As if there wasn't already a indication that one was fake. It's called DVD Hood.
I was so upset because I usually get my DVDs from DVD Hood.
I know you do. Don't admit that. It's illegal.
Oh.
I said...
Against the law.
Yes.
Illegal's a sick bird.
Well, it's also something you shouldn't do. I said they were able to seize the domains of MakerS from undercover purchases they made over the course of their investigation. So getting over that, let me finish the whole story, and then we'll talk about the thing.
I think we've already kind of covered it.
They've shut down 1,600 sites since the thing started in 2010. So that's great, right? Fake merchandise off the market. Yay, good job.
1,600 sites.
And only 130 this year. They're getting lazier. The turkey coma lasts all weekend. I don't get it, but what I do get is they took down a website that sold fake DVDs online to people's houses and mailed them.
$8.
Hold the phone!
Hulu Plus, Netflix, Redbox. If you've got FiOS, Redbox is coming to FiOS.
Nakia, just chime in when you're ready here. Just go ahead.
No. I'll continue.
Avram has just asked, who buys DVDs anymore?
Who buys fake DVDs online? I get it if you're in the hood, DVDhood.com. If you're in the hood, I can go 4 miles south. I can pick up a DVD in the back of a probably Ford Pinto. I can do that.
Yes.
What is 4 miles south of DVDhood.com?
I mix sentences together.
Okay.
I'm saying if I'm in the hood in this area right now, I can go.
Next tag.
Yeah.
I think it's 4 miles
I think so.
south of DVD
This is a series of tubes, right?
Yeah, indeed.
If I could afford a Netflix, I don't know why anyone else can't.
Fair. Nakia just gave it the black stamp of approval right
That
there.
was the black stamp of approval. I guess some people. Like the fake DVD smell. That's what it is.
Okay. So get with the program. You bought a domain.
program?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
You bought a domain, yay. Great.
Yay, great.
I get it. But now
We're
you're not
losing Nakia over here.
you're not doing anything with the domain. Shame on you for it just being a freaking like PayPal setup and go shop where you enter SKUs in and you sell the DVDs. Do it like Zadiva.
Right.
Grow some stamps.
If you're going to steal and sell it to other people, go all out.
Did you get the reference? Grow some stamps?
I didn't get the reference.
We'll deal with that later.
Yep. So, go all out and stream. Go ahead and stream the actual DVD that you probably stole anyway from the liquidated Blockbuster. Go and steal that DVD, pop it into a computer, and stream it like Zadiva.
Exactly.
Grow some stamps, people. Be like Aereo and just rebroadcast Fox 13. Just rebroadcast it.
That one was one of my favorites.
When this website gets back online, I'm buying it, and that's what I'm doing. Not even playing.
Oh, DVD hooding it up.
What I really like here
Sorry,
is that these guys apparently went to jail.
They did.
For it.
They went to jail for it.
And yet,
Zadiva's fine.
Zadiva,
They're just like, don't
shame
do that.
on you. That's not legal. Stop that.
And they had to pay a fine.
Probably not as much as they made.
They don't have to be rooming with Jerry.
It's true.
Or Billy Joe Jim Bob.
Ooh, that was a lot of names.
That's one name.
It's a lot of words that made up one name.
Now,
Okay, who's seriously? Don't buy DVDs online.
one
It's unless you're on Amazon
or Netflix. I mean, if you got the Netflix account where you're getting one sent to you,
don't buy Netflix online. Is that what you're suggesting?
well, Netflix mails you DVDs.
Well, true.
Yes.
But it's because
What I'm saying is,
Ooh, I think I still have a DVD.
don't buy DVDs online unless it's from a website that you recognize, Amazon or something like that, because it's fake. Nobody sells DVDs
Okay,
online.
First of all, these people that were stupid enough to do this knew it was fake. DVDhood.com.
Well, that's true.
I'm going to DVDhood.com. No, that was not Granny doing that, all right? It was Jamal doing that.
Did they?
Do we know how much the DVDs were?
No, they won't say. They won't release that information.
Wayback Machine. We'll find out later. Don't
Yeah,
worry
we'll
about
get that
that.
information.
Archive.org has
got this.
Has it saved. We'll
got
figure it
this.
out.
But now, instead of me having to, follow a really cool story like Zadiva being awesome and finding a loophole and doing things that just pissed off Hollywood people, now these guys end up in jail and I have to find something else to make fun of.
Right.
That just defeats my purpose in life.
He's purposeless. I can't even say that word. Purposelessness.
There you go. That's good enough.
That's our show.
It is.
How'd that go? Was that all right?
You like that?
Nakia, were you good there? Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
You shake your head no. You know this was a good show. This is Carla's last show. She's leaving the company.
Why are you leaving?
No, she's taking a sabbatical, which I believe is a medical term.
I think so too.
I think it's an injection in your arm. A sabbatical.
Sabbatical?
Yeah. I think it's when they prick all 5 of your fingers at the same time.
Ooh.
Carla has silenced Nick.
Nope.
Not successfully.
She's decided.
Is she going to Jamaica?
No, she's actually going to G4 for a month before they shut down. She'll be back after that. Anyway, f5live.tv/join us. Chat with us in the post blog. Nakia, did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Did it hurt?
A little bit.
All right, that's good. we got to break you in slowly, man. Get you used to this whole process.
I know. I think. Oh wow. Yeah.
So you'll be on more, I'm sure.
Don't call him a moron.
I'm sorry. Sure.
You didn't. You said on more. I wanted to see if you'd apologize.
He's lisdexing.
Yeah, I'm lisdexing.
I can't even. Oh, I can't speak right now.
I just wanted to see if you'd apologize for something you didn't do.
And he did.
I always it's the world of improv and the world of radio. It's always yes and, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can say anything.
No.
You'll be like, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, we do a show every Thursday, right?
He did crawl into sofa with me.
Into no article there. That
Into
was
sofa.
Into sofa.
It's a proper noun. Sofa.
There's nothing right with any of that.
So f5live.tv. Make sure you're subscribed. TPN.tv. Our intro video is going up. I don't know, sometime. Go check it out.
hopefully
And
tonight.
I promise, it's the most exciting video you'll ever see in your life.
You'll absolutely love it.
I loved it.
That's our show. All right, so Nakia, thank you again.
Thank you.
Many thanks to Avram Pilch, the online editorial director for Laptop Magazine. Go pick up that holiday gift guide at holiday-gift-guide.laptopmag.com. You're just excited, Scott,
Wait,
to go to CES.
Is that how you?
I'm very excited.
That's good.
I can't wait for CES. There are going to be gadgets.
Honestly, I can't
I
wait.
thought I was going to get through that.
And we'll see you guys out there too. Make sure you subscribe to audio, video, social, and special events. Find us on Facebook. And we'll see you in Vegas. But we got some shows before that. So before the year's out, we have 3 more shows. So enjoy that. On behalf of the staff that's not here, I'm Nick.
I'm Scott.
I'm Nakia.
Say bye, Carla.
Bye, Carla.
Perfect. We'll see you guys next week. Peace and chicken grace.
Ciao.
Pisces.
Every week.
Yep.
Nakia, say something crazy.
Small banana.